Welcome back to Stooge Stream. This is Making an Impact, your weekly Impact Wrestling review slash recap show. We're looking at the episode that aired on the 7th of December, 2017. I am your host, The Stooge. As always, I'm joined by your leader, G-Banks.
How's it going, everyone? We're back.
Yeah, so we didn't do a show last week because it was your birthday and you refused to do anything. So what did you get up to? What was so important that you couldn't come and do the show?
Oh, nothing much, really. I just had a quiet one with, like, my close friends and family, really. Just, something casual, because...
You didn't answer the phone for 4 days.
I was busy doing cult stuff.
This is what I have to put up with, people. So that's why there wasn't an episode last week.
Can't blame it all on me.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, fine, whatever. I'll take the blame this time. Sorry, guys. We'll promise not to miss a show next time, even when it is, the most special day in the world. Even, I consider my birthday as just as important as Christmas. The birth of Jesus.
Of course you do. Of course.
All right, let's go. Let's continue on to the show.
All right, so in this week's episode, it started with a Patron, Daddy MMA, Johnny Impact, Eli Drake, Moose, wrap-up promo package, James Storm thing. Just basically letting you know where everything's up to, where we're at, and what's happening tonight.
Yeah, I know.
So it was a good little wrap-up.
It was all right.
We start off with Caleb Conley versus Ishimori. Caleb, of course, is always flanked by Trevor Lee.
So he should be.
Yeah, I guess. I can see. They're a team. They're a team.
They're another cult, so, cult members stick with each other.
Of course. This was a great opening match. Caleb Conley is supremely talented. I like the fact that Trevor Lee didn't interfere too much in the match. Ishimori, every time you see him, he just shows you something new and how great he is. There was a great mix of X Division style high flying and Japanese hard style and mat wrestling and some submissions. It was a lot of fun.
I think that's why I was enjoying that match. There was a lot of Japanese hard style.
There was. There was a really, really great match. What did you think of the whole match overall?
It was alright. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was a great way to open the show and just kick things off.
It would definitely work you up, you know what I mean?
And got you going. So Ishimori, in the end, even with Trevor Lee there, it wasn't enough. He got the 450 splash on Caleb Conley, gets the win, but the second the bell rings, Trevor Lee is all over Ishimori. Caleb Conley and Trevor Lee are jumping Ishimori, but we get the save from Desmond Xavier.
Why was he even there?
It looks like he's teaming up with Ishimori.
But they're not even friends.
Looks like they are now.
So it doesn't make sense to me.
It makes sense to me. Because they're going to make a great tag team.
I don't know. I don't see why you would go in there and jump other people.
Wait, what? They would jump in Ishimori?
Yeah, but they're friends.
You know that logic makes no sense.
It does. In the book, it does.
You're not going to quote Bob on me.
I've been doing it for the past, 5-6 weeks now. I'm going to continue to do it.
Okay.
To, pass on the message.
It's been months, or at least it feels like years.
Yeah. Secretly, maybe years. But for now, we'll just go with weeks.
We've got another match in the women's tournament.
Woo!
We know that Laurel Van Ness has gone through to the finals.
Woo!
And in this semi-finals match, we have Sienna versus Rosemary versus Ali. Alliances have to be put aside between Rosemary and Ali.
I can't believe Sienna was put in a situation like that. They're really trying to screw her around.
Look, at the end of the day, it did come down to they both teamed up to take out Sienna, but at the same time drew no quarter with each other. I like the fact that Rosemary and Ali did actually go at it, while at the same time maintaining their friendship. You could see there was that competitive spirit. They both want to be the Knockouts champion. But at the same time, they both want to take out Sienna.
Of course, they have to do cheap tactics like that.
It's a triple threat. It's not cheap tactics. You're going to get teamed up on.
But why,
she was the bigger, more powerful competitor.
Why would she be the target then?
Because she's bigger and more powerful.
I don't see
logic. I just said it. I literally just said it.
I don't see logic in that. I'd go for the weakest link, you know what I mean? Take them out first. Like a bunny.
What, and then be stuck with the toughest opponent?
Yeah, so you can prove yourself. Isn't that the most honourable way?
No, sir. No, sir. That's not logical at all.
I feel like my way is more logical. We'll ask the fans.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below who was right, me or this idiot.
Mm-hmm. This idiot has a name, sorry.
What is it?
The leader, G-Banks.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it.
No, well,
In the end, though, unfortunately, they're too much for Sienna by teaming up. They eliminate her from competition. It comes down to Rosemary and Ali.
Cheating.
But Rosemary does get the red wedding to win. Rosemary's going through to verse Laurel next week in the finals to crown a new Knockouts champion.
Let's hope it's Laurel.
I'm going for Rosemary. I think Rosemary deserves it.
To an extent.
Laurel deserves it as well. She's a great character and she's maintained like some fantastic work in the past couple of months while under extreme circumstances of company changing hands over and over and over.
And plus, she gave me a free picture and Rosemary didn't, so...
And that's what you base all your decisions on, is it? Who gave you a free picture?
Yeah, pretty much.
And who got you that free picture? Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Unfortunately, it was maybe you.
It was me all along. Next up, we have OVE in the ring. They want to cut a promo and talk about themselves.
No, let's face it. Sami Callihan came out and did all the talking. They did nothing.
It was great. Sami Callihan is over. Like, people actually
I genuinely like him. I reckon he's doing so good.
The other two clowns are just over. As in, their careers.
Oh, God.
They're so boring.
But you know what? Them being there brings us together.
It does. It does.
You want a hug?
No.
Oh.
It's a one thing we can definitely agree on,
But that was a hugging moment.
What I thought was awesome is the local jobbers TDT come out and they're more over than over.
Yeah. They're literally called the local heroes.
It's great. They're lumberjacks.
Yeah.
They're lumberjacks.
French lumberjacks?
Yeah, they're French-Canadian lumberjacks.
Yeah, they're like the most hated people in the world and they got over more than over.
It's ridiculous. So they get in a brawl. Over has the numbers on them because there's only 2 of them. But it's all good because LAX is here.
Oh, that's what you're doing. You gotta go brah, 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 like that.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake.
Okay.
LAX cleans up Over.
Yeah, no, that was a clean up crew.
They just clean them up.
Sweep them up, man. They were going crazy.
I make Over look like jobbers again.
Yeah.
And it reminds me just...
They wiped them over.
No.
I'm
not... Put the hand down.
But it was good.
You're not getting a high five.
But it was so good.
Not a chance. So, I love the fact that this does remind me, though, of Homicide's amazing chair shot that just fucked up Sami Callihan 2 weeks ago.
Well,
lest we forget.
That was alright. But I was gonna say, Ortiz nearly took his head off with the Singapore cane.
Yeah. Oh, they just went vicious. It was great.
I don't think they like Sami Callihan too.
No, I don't think they do. So next up we had Ali backstage talking to Gail, telling her she just lost, but Gail gives her a pep talk and Ali looks like she's back on track.
Oh, that's what she was doing. I thought she was just saying you're complete shit, get out of here.
What? Why would Gail do that? It was loud. You heard what she said. How did that come from the TV of her going, it's your time, to you going, you're shit? Like, how did that translation happen in your brain?
I thought that's what she meant by that. It's like, it's your time to leave.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Alright.
KM is still on a mission to prove himself to MMA.
So he should.
Especially daddy MMA. KM clearly has daddy issues like MMA in general. And he beats up a gym.
That's one way to get into it.
Everyone in it and the gym itself. He just beats it up.
Yep, even the owner of the gym, the old owner.
Beats the place up. Like, I don't know, like, is it MMA's rival gym? Is it, or did he just rock up to a random gym?
No, that's how you get it initiated into a MMA crew.
By beating up a random gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to do that once. Unfortunately, I picked the 2012 and 13 champion gyms of the area. It didn't work out for me very well. Yeah, no, not that well.
Okay. But yeah, alright, so that was cool. I like KM beating up a gym.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That worked out for him, yeah.
Just randomly beating up a gym.
Maybe he'll be in next week, who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
We got LAX back in the clubhouse having fun. They're going to have a powwow sit down with Sammy Callahan next week to organise a championship match.
I got invited to one of those recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Let's just say there was a reason why I didn't call you those 4 days.
I don't want to know. Don't know. They make reference to having to offload their goods in other people's territories as well. Eli Drake and Chris Adonis backstage, always on fire. Always on fire.
Can't fault them too.
Chris Adonis making reference to the fact that he's done shits bigger than Petey Williams.
Oh, you mean bigger than Canada?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty hard.
Well, he is Canada.
Yeah.
And Eli Drake nearly losing
Can we get a
his shit and breaking
petition?
character.
Can we get a petition to change the name of Canada to officially Petey Williams?
I thought it was. I thought it went Mexico, America, Petey Williams.
Oh yeah, true.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It is called the Great White Petey Williams. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So, again, I could watch Eli Drake talk forever. He cuts an amazing promo, but nearly breaks character and then just drops into a promo that's great. He's so good. He's so good.
He is. He's one of the best.
We have Matt Sydal versus EC3 for a grand championship match. This has been building for a couple of weeks, where EC3 has been calling Matt Sydal a choker, telling him he just doesn't have the killer instinct. He's not good enough to be a champion. It's led to this, a title match for him. Round 1 went to EC3.
Yep. Well, deservedly.
It was a really good round. EC3 put on a fantastic showing and really
Great
dominated
display.
Matt Sydal.
Yep.
Absolutely. Round 2 went to Matt Sydal. In the exact reverse, Matt Sydal completely dominated EC3, put on a fantastic show.
I wouldn't even say dominated. It was like toe-to-toe. It was like a horse race. Only a hair split.
No, he dominated EC3 in round 2.
Hair split.
EC3, in between rounds, takes a cheap shot at Matt Sydal.
Wasn't even a cheap shot. You didn't hear the bell.
Well after the bell.
You didn't even hear it.
Well after the bell.
Look, it was the
cheap
ref's fault.
shot.
It was that
cheap shot.
It was that young ref's fault. That piece of shit that should go back to ref school because he obviously is 10.
Babyface 10-year-old ref.
Yes. Like, come on, man. It wasn't EC3's fault.
No, it was a cheap shot. Next up, round 3 was very, very much a 50-50 split. This round went down the middle with one move being countered by another and each competitor really putting their best foot forward. The round ended in a double lariat, which was always impressive to see when the timing's right. When it's wrong, it looks dumb as shit. When it's right, it looks fantastic. And they got the timing perfect on it. Comes down to the ref's decision. It's a split decision. Ref 1 gives it to EC3, Ref 2 gives it to Matt Sydal, and our special guest ref for this week was Falaba, who gives it to both of them in a draw.
Interesting.
So, unfortunately, EC3 retains being the champion's advantage because this came to a 3-round draw.
Lucky for EC3, Falaba doesn't know how to count, and he just gave 10 to everything.
Bah!
But that's a 10, I think, or a B. I'm not sure.
He wrote something, just whatever.
Yeah.
After that, we had our classic recap match. This was the 2009 Bound for Glory Rude versus Storm street fight.
Wow.
With King Mo as a special enforcer. Unfortunately, this wasn't a real street fight. It was just a no DQ match because no one was wearing jeans.
I'll give you that one. I'll let that one pass.
There's no jeans. It's not a street fight. It's just a no DQ match.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
So the thing I enjoyed about this match, and I remember actually watching this match in 2009.
Where were you in 2009?
I was living in Burwood, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, King Mo doesn't interfere too much. You know, sometimes when you've got a special guest enforcer, special guest ref, special guest, quote unquote in brackets, whatever. They interfere. They get in the match. They try to get themselves over.
Make it about them, yeah.
King Mo didn't do that.
Yeah, I forgot he was there.
Yeah, and then if he did anything, he put them over. At one point when they were swapping garbage bin lid shots, King Mo's just sitting there going, "Oh!"
He's like, "You guys are like," he goes, "I'm a mixed martial artist, but you guys are dumb, man."
Yeah. It was a really bloody brutal match. The crowd was hot. It was huge. This was just before the fall when you started getting the aces and eights and too much Hulk Hogan and too much Eric Bischoff and too much Ric Flair and just too much crap, and it really brought the company down. But as you can see, there was a period where the crowd was hot for Impact Wrestling. The matches were fantastic and brutal, and they really, really went above and beyond. The amount of blood, James Storm's face was red. It was crazy.
Look, I agree. Besides the Hogan bit, I agree with you.
What do you mean besides the Hogan bit? Hogan
You can't have
Impact.
too much Hogan. You gotta have. There's always enough Hogan for everyone.
There's never no amount of Hogan is a good amount of Hogan. He ruined Impact.
No, he didn't.
Historically, you can see the downfall started with him coming to the company, making all these radical changes, trying to turn it into WWE Light. It just didn't work. The whole Aces and Eights angle, trying to redo the NWO with the shock and surprise of Bully Ray and all the rest of it, would have worked really, really well if it didn't linchpin on Brooke Hogan, who can't act for shit.
I reckon Hogan's a legend, and you should, be more respectful to legends.
Anyway, if you like this match, I definitely recommend getting the Global Force, the Global Wrestling Network, sorry. It's really great. I've got it. I've watched so many classics that I've actually seen, but just going back and rewatching them and seeing how hot the crowd was and how great the matches were. If you're a fan of people like AJ Styles and Bobby Roode and Eric Young, you should really go back and watch some of their fantastic 5-star matches that they put on.
And how much is it again?
It's like $10 a month.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, and they're always adding new content. The other cool thing is, even if you don't have the $10 a month, which is completely understandable, like this world is not cheap these days, there is still free content on there. The latest episode of Impact's free. There's always 1 or 2 indie episodes for free from indie promotions. There's there's a little bit of free content, so you can still go watch some free stuff anyway.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Go check it out.
I would never give stuff for free, so that's really nice.
Yeah, I know. Neither would I. Next up, we had a Park commercial.
I'm loving these more and
They're
more.
so dodgy.
We got to do one.
They're so dodgy.
We have to do one.
I'm not doing a Park commercial.
No, we're going to do a Park. We'll do a Stooge and Stooge one.
I'm not doing Stooge and Stooge. I'm already living with multiple Stooges. I don't need more.
Why? We'll have a mat. We can do our own, insurance.
Stooge myself by having you as a co-host. Do I need to do it more?
Yeah, but it'll be awesome. We can push over our products. We can sell fake shirts.
What's the point? We have no product.
But it'll be fun.
No. Anyway, I like these. These are really well done. Lots of fun. You can tell this is Joseph Park, Abyss, Chris Park, having a huge amount of fun and just doing silly stuff.
Has his cousin always been there, or is he new to...
He's new. So they're introducing his nephew or his cousin or whatever. I'm sure he'll make a debut soon.
And he'll be wrestling for Park.
Yeah. Representing Park.
I reckon we should still do a Stooge and Stooge.
No. Next up, we had Bobby MMA with Daddy MMA versus James Storm and Moose. Daddy MMA making his pro wrestling debut.
I was going to say, he looked sick, didn't he?
No.
What?
Plus a bunch of other, the rest of MMAs there, including Josh Hartnett, who's the jobber MMA who keeps getting smashed. And is wearing a neck brace.
My boy CC is there too.
Who?
Kobe Covington.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There's lots of there's MMAs there. MMA's represented.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting match, of course, because Daddy...
You know what? I want to be in the tradition of this match. I'm taking off my shoes and socks. Give me a second.
No, I don't. No Von Erich style.
No, please. Just
put your foot... no, keep your shoes on.
Why?
Because we no Von Erich style in this house.
But I want to...
No.
Fine, let me slip them back
So
on.
yeah, Daddy MMA's competing with no shoes on. Of course, Bobby MMA, or you may know him as Bobby Lashley, is going to be doing most of the work this match.
I like the first name. Go with the first name.
Bobby MMA?
Yep.
So basically this is a handicap match. It's Bobby MMA versus James Storm and Moose.
What do you mean? Daddy MMA was there.
Yeah, Daddy MMA only jumped in when somebody was down already. And then as soon as anyone's on their feet,
he
ran
was
like a little
using
bitch.
some of the greatest TW I've ever seen in wrestling.
It's not a thing. It's just called strategy.
It's definitely a thing.
It's not a thing.
Daddy MMA was using it. Even in MMA they use it. That's
It's
how
not
big
a
of a thing
thing.
it is.
It's not a thing at
It's
all.
even progressed to MMA now.
Not a thing.
Well, they did it.
So anyway, in the end, through shenanigans, through distractions, through Josh Hartnett coming in and getting his ass kicked again,
He was looking out for his boys.
he got his head chopped off by Moose. That was the biggest big boot ever. That kid's going to be in a full body cast soon.
That's pretty funny to see.
He's just a job of the job.
Must enjoy doing it
He
though.
loves it.
Yeah.
Clearly loves it. In the end, though, Daddy MMA got the pin
Woo! Did you see that?
on Storm, after Lashley had speared him. So Storm was down, Daddy MMA tagged himself in and got the pin.
Big milestone for MMA, man. Tagging someone like Storm. Pinning someone like Storm.
I hate to say it, but Daddy MMA won his debut pro wrestling match.
He's undefeated.
This sucks.
He's 100%.
Sucks. Next up, we have Canada. I wrote here Petey Williams.
Yeah.
With Johnny Impact, they pretty much ignore interview bot and just cut promos.
Like everyone else does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Except
great.
for Conan. Conan acknowledges her.
Yeah, calls her a random white girl number 5.
See, he remembers the number. That's considerate.
It is. He does go out of his way to
See,
remember the number.
I like you too, number friend 7.
Get your hands off me.
Oh, sorry.
In our main event, we have Eli Drake. It's the only way you can say it. With Chris Adonis versus Petey Williams and Johnny Impact.
Even bigger boo.
So this is going to be a classic. You know that straight away. Even though it was a short match, I think they used their time so effectively.
Didn't feel short.
No, it didn't feel short, but if you go have a look, it was only like
10 minutes.
10 minutes, if that, maybe even 7 to 8 minutes. They just used their time so effectively and so well and jam-packed it full. This was fantastic. There was one moment in particular I want to point out where Johnny Impact kicked Chris Adonis in the face so hard. You see Chris Adonis checking his nose for a good 30 seconds.
He even tagged himself out, like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I swear when he tagged himself out, he said something like, I think he broke my nose. He tagged himself out.
Oh, poor Adonis.
He got smashed in the face.
Yeah.
But this was hard-hitting, brutal, fast. The speed of this match, like these guys
It
went
almost
110%.
felt X Division, but done right.
Yeah, what? No. What are you... No. What are you talking about? X Division's fantastic.
To an extent.
Anyway, it was just 110% from everyone. I honestly think that this was just a spectacular... This is how you do tag team wrestling and get everything over. Eli Drake got himself over as the heel. Chris Adonis got himself over as the sidekick. Canada got Canada over. Johnny Impact did some crazy weird stuff that human beings aren't supposed to be able to do.
He got Pucker as well.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They did their jobs really, really well. In the end, though, Johnny Impact, with the Starship Pain on Chris Adonis, takes the win for his team. Him and Petey Williams get out of there straight away because they know what's coming. The jumping from Eli Drake, which nearly happened, but they got out of there beforehand. And while Eli Drake was distracted by Johnny Impact and Petey Williams, Al Patron runs into the ring and just... Eli Drake eats shit from Patron.
I know, right? Got him from behind.
Just smashed him from behind. Your favourite move, the one you always approve of.
That's a bit cheap.
Huh?
It was a bit cheap.
I'm the one that always says it's cheap. You used to call it TW?
No, it's just
It wasn't Patron TW waiting outside the ring for some TW?
No, he attacked him from behind. It wasn't... you don't track the champion from behind.
Isn't that TW?
No, it wasn't TW. That's not TW. I'll tell you that right now. As someone who's like, you know, aficionado of the TW, I can tell you.
TW?
I can tell you, not even close to TW.
Bullshit. So anyway, Patron ends it by giving Eli Drake a vicious DDT straight onto the championship belt. It was quite brutal. And then off in Johnny Impact. You're next, Johnny.
Is that what he said? Oh, okay. I thought he was swearing at him in Spanish.
No, that's why Johnny started rushing the ring.
Yeah.
He had to hold him back.
Okay.
Yeah. You're next, Johnny. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, see, even if he did swear at Johnny Impact, it would have made sense if he'd rushed the ring.
But it makes no sense. Why is Patron going after Johnny Impact? He wants the title. Eli Drake has the title.
You got the guy in the hand.
Patron's lost his fucking mind. He's like, okay, I've touched the title. That's all I need. Now I'm coming for you, Johnny.
Yeah.
What? Why? We had our thing. Our thing's done.
Yeah. Like a lot of people died when we had our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to do that anymore.
No.
Braxton Starter got into a random brawl with someone else.
Because of us.
Because we Tasmanian devil past them. Like.
Good times.
All right, so before we call our match of the night, I was going to say this is the part where I like to say thank you to each and every person that takes the time to listen to our show. We appreciate you all.
We wouldn't be doing this without you.
Exactly. The people that leave comments, even more so. We love chatting with you. Make sure you leave us a comment down below. Don't care if you like it. Don't care if you share it. But if you've listened to it and you've got something to say about Impact, leave us a comment so we can chat about it.
Yeah. Because let's face it, we got to stick together. There's not much of us around.
Yeah, there's not. Well, we're getting bigger.
We're getting bigger. Yeah, I'd love it if we got bigger, but I'm just saying, like, for now, we got to stick together.
Yeah, us Impact fans, stick together against the WWE zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so match of the night. What was yours?
I'm going to have to give it to Team MMA versus
Storm and Moose.
Storm and Moose, yeah.
I have to admit, for his debut match, Daddy MMA...
He's got a 100% record.
He's got a 100% record.
He's doing well. I reckon he can go all the way and get a championship and bring it back to MMA where it's well deserved.
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. He did some strategy. He did some waiting till opponents were down.
That's strategy. That's a weird way of saying TW, but okay.
I thought it was a great showing. It was a great heel showing for Daddy MMA.
He did awesome.
Damn, did Lashley have to carry and do a lot of work, though.
He did his fair share, but at the end of the day, Daddy MMA got what the team needed.
Sure.
No, that was the W.
Sure.
Connect with me, make a W.
No. So I'm giving it to the main event. I thought Eli Drake and Chris Adonis are always a lot of fun. They're always a great team. Plus, they're wrestling machines, especially Eli Drake. He just is a machine in the ring. Then when you throw him up against Johnny Impact in Canada, it's a great mix, a lot of fun. Just again, 110%, the speed of that match for those guys. You don't expect it out of Chris Adonis and Eli Drake. Sometimes you expect a slower, more hard-hitting match, but they just went for it and kept toe-to-toe.
No, they did.
Put on a spectacle. And I even think, as far as the story goes, after the match of El Patron coming out, jumping Eli Drake, because he's been calling him a paper champion because he never beat him, offing out Johnny Impact for no reason. I love the progression of what's happening here. I think it really did push everything forward. You know where everyone stands. It may be time for Eli Drake to change his ways and maybe join with Johnny Impact and Petey Williams to put a stop to this crazy clown of Patron. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But I like the direction they're going in either way. There's so many options.
There is.
Yeah.
We have a lot to look forward to.
Exactly. And if you disagree, let us know what your match of the night was in the comments below.
Yeah, I'm actually very interested to see what your match of the night is, so I can comment.
Because it could have very easily been the women's match. That was a great match as well.
That was. Like, hey, if it was a different outcome, I'd be picking that straight away.
Of course you would. I was very close to picking the women's match, but the main event just edged it out tonight. Well, that's it. We've come to the end of this Making an Impact.
Yep.
Until next time, I have been your host, The Stooge.
And I'm your messiah, your leader, and your righteous one, G-Banks.
And don't forget, adventure, excitement. Stooge craves not these things.
Welcome to the Stooge Revolution.
You good? You happy?
I'm very happy. Are you happy?
I'm happy. Can we not take a week off next time for no reason?
But
your birthday's not a good enough reason.
But my birthday's just as important as Santa.